We just celebrated 1 year of TPF travel, and we're here to show you how to become family travel vloggers. Let's go! Hi, this is Amy with TPF, Trips, Places, and Fun, where we show you how to have fun and exciting family-friendly adventures. We are here with our kids at Ha Ha Tonka State Park, and today we are going to show you the 10 things that we have learned over the past year of travel vlogging. So, are you wanting to become a vlogger, a family travel vlogger? Well, we've got some advice for you. We are overlooking beautiful Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. And from here, we just like to give you our first piece of advice, and that would be to do what you enjoy. If you are just doing this for the money, hate to break it to you, but there is not a lot of it involved at first, at least in the receiving end. And so you need to do what you love. To be honest, we started out with 2 channels. One was a kids channel called Toys of the Realm.
You've got to check out Toys of the Realm. Search for it on YouTube.
Pretty embarrassing, actually.
Pretty embarrassing, and Jet calls it cringy.
Yes, Jet said it's completely cringy. So we just wanted to tell you before we take off a little bit about how, you know, when we started being able to hear toys talk and stuff like that.
I know some of you might be laughing at us, making fun of us. You're looking at this and you're like, that is ridiculous. In fact, some people might even call this, like, this is cringy, ridiculous, but this is real. This is for real. Yeah.
So it is a very rare ability. In fact, John is the only person I've ever known that can talk to toys. I've heard of a few people like in Europe that can do it.
Who? All right, just now let's keep going. Let's just keep going. Okay, start. Okay, start with that. John is the only one, or whatever.
Okay. All right. So I'll start with before we take off. Before we get started on this mission, we just want to tell you a little bit about, you know, when we started being able to talk to toys and kind of how that works and stuff. And it is a very rare ability. From what I've heard, there's a genetic trait involved. But John is really...
And you're wrong.
Okay, I'm going to stop it.
I know some people in Europe.
We realized we only had the emotional energy and the time to do one or the other, and so we decided to go with TPF because it was what we love. We love to travel and we love to share travel tips, and so that is why we ended up doing this. So make sure you're doing what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, you're gonna give up way too soon, so make sure you love it.
And it's possible that Toys of the Realm could have done a lot better because that genre or that niche is actually very popular these days. Kids will sit in front of the TV and watch these crazy, you know.
So Toys of the Realm was kind of an action adventure for children.
An action adventure.
And it involved our family, but it was, you know, made up fantasy.
We could hear toys talk.
Yes, that was the premise of the whole channel. But we realized very quickly that we had to choose between one or the other, and so we decided to go with travel because we love that a little bit more.
All right, let's carry on.
The second piece of advice is to find your niche. There are a lot.
Niche.
You say niche. No, I say niche, you say niche.
I actually say niche, but a lot of people say niche.
I have heard it said both ways, but find your niche. There are a lot of travel vloggers out there, and so there's going to be a lot of competition. There are a lot that are centered around, let's say, Disney attractions or Orlando attractions, things like that.
And that's super, super saturated, we found out.
We did, and so we have had to do a lot of kind of trial and error to see where we really fit, and we have found that our niche is Branson attractions where we live, Silver Dollar City, new attractions coming to Branson, things like that, and also cruising. We found that we have a little bit of niche in the cruising community, so those are kind of where we're focused, and then we throw in different attractions along the way as we have opportunity to go different places. But we feel comfortable kind of fitting into those 2 little niches.
Niches, and there is some trial and error because we didn't know if Silver Dollar City was going to be super popular, but it is, and oftentimes when we're at Silver Dollar City, people say hi to us, and so they are enjoying these videos, but it is this trial and error to find out what people are going to land on, and there are much more scientific ways to discover what works. We're not going to get into all of that.
Yeah, for us it was just trial and error, and you know, we would try these Disney videos that we thought would be super popular and 40 people would watch them. So, you know, we realized when we started doing Silver Dollar City videos, Branson videos, cruising videos, that is where we had some more traction. So figure out what works for you.
It's beautiful here, Amy.
And hot.
And hot.
By the way, we were here once before and we have a video up here, something about are there monsters in Ha Ha Tonka State Park. That's when we were trying to be clever with our thumbnails. But here we did not take the stairs because there are 316 stairs. We did it last time, but this time we got a little wiser and drove to the entrance. There are 316 stairs to get down here, which isn't too bad going down, but then you have to go back up. So that's a bummer.
Yeah, so this way is the spring. It's beautiful. We're gonna go this way.
Next is consistency. So choose a consistency that's going to work for your lifestyle, but we recommend you upload videos at least weekly. Some people shoot for daily, some people shoot for a couple times a week, but if you go any longer between uploads, so if you were to go a month between uploads, you're probably not going to get the traction that you want. So at least do it every week, and if you can, as part of your lifestyle, do it a couple times a week. That's great, but make sure you're consistent so that your viewers know what to expect.
And something that we don't do that is recommended is keep an actual schedule. Like one vlog that I follow, it's every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. I just can't. I haven't been able to make it happen.
Some people get really specific with it. We have not been able to do that, but we do shoot for weekly, so at least.
Yeah, you were just flossing and then you stopped. What happened?
Because I was looking at the GoPro.
And Jet was going to do a segment on Don't Be Cringy, but doing a segment on Don't Be Cringy would actually be cringy.
So he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But Jet's piece of advice, and this is just added, this isn't part of the 10.
It's a bonus.
Yes, the bonus advice is don't be cringy. But he thinks we're cringy, so I guess that's the #1 rule. But I think most, you know, preteens, almost teens, think their parents are cringy no matter what. So
We're cringy cool.
We're cringy cool?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll go with that. So now we are looking at this beautiful natural spring behind me at Ha Ha Tonka State Park. It really is lovely here. Can you see all that? All right, and so the fourth thing that we would like to discuss is perseverance. Perseverance. Now, it has taken us 1 year, because here we are at about our 1 year anniversary, to get our 1,000 subscribers. And if you don't know, YouTube requires 1,000 subscribers to monetize, meaning up until this point, we have made no money on YouTube, and we'll talk more about that later, but you have to persevere. I would have given up a long time ago had John really not loved this and kind of seen this as his hobby, and we would have just forgotten all about it and moved on, but John was faithful to persevere, so I'm thankful for that. But speaking of perseverance, look at this. Attention, this scenic but strenuous portion of Spring Trail, or this is a scenic, I'm not sure what that says. This boardwalk ascends approximately 200 vertical feet using 316 steps. Only persons in good physical conditions to hike this trail. So talking about perseverance, 316 steps up, that would take some perseverance.
Look at that.
But if you're wanting to vlog, persevere, because it starts to snowball. It gets a lot quicker. I think it was the hardest to get our first 100, and you know, by subscribers, yes, and by now, you know, we'll get a lot for us in one day. We might get 20 in a day, which is laughable to some people, but for us, it's picked up speed.
And so, hey, so you know, since we're talking about this, you need to know how wonderful it is when we do get new subscribers. And so those of you that are just casually watching, we hope we're earning your subscription, because we look at our analytics every day and it's like, yes, we've got more subscribers.
And if you haven't, please do, because we're actually 16 away from 1,000 when we can monetize. So please subscribe.
Subscribe.
All right.
So we have a spider that's eating a caterpillar. Isn't this the second video recently we've had bugs in it, Amy?
Oh,
yeah. And you got another spider earlier.
Yeah, he's eating up a caterpillar.
That's disgusting.
What do you think about that, Ella?
What's a caterpillar?
A A caterpillar is what turns into a butterfly. So up there is the castle that we were at earlier, and there's some neat castle ruins up there. Okay, so moving on to our fifth little tidbit, and that's that you're not going to make a lot of money probably right off the bat, if ever. And so the estimate is that it takes about 1 million views to make $2,000 after you monetize, which, like we told you earlier, we have not even been able to monetize yet, because in order to monetize, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Ella, what should they do?
Subscribe.
And
Ring the bell.
very good.
Yes, so that's what we need to do, to subscribe and ring the bell. So if you're going into it thinking you're gonna make a lot of money, at first, it's not going to happen. So just to let you know, here we are a year in and have not made anything, and we've spent a lot, and we'll talk about that in our next point. Our next piece of advice is to consider the cost. Now, you don't have to start out with a bunch of expensive gear. You can just start out with your cell phone. Of course, these days, most cell phones have great cameras, so if you want to start out that way, you can. But if you decide you want to add a little bit more professionalism, then you can go for some more expensive gear. You know, John has a Canon. We've got a bunch of microphones. Probably total his gear costs about $4,000. And it does enable us to make a little bit higher quality videos. So that's just your preference and what you feel you need.
So as an example, one of the best investments is that microphone that Amy is wearing. It's a wireless microphone, so she can go anywhere, and I don't have to keep this rig that I have pointed at her.
Right, so we used to have some trouble with our audio. If I would walk away from John, no one would be able to hear me, but having this microphone has really helped with that. Also, something to consider is the cost of your travel. Now, you don't have to buy an expensive Disney vacation if you don't want to. You could come to a place like this where it's free, this state park, or you could go local. You could get as extravagant as you want. You could backpack across Europe if you want, but you need to consider that cost. So John and I kind of tried to do an estimate of what it has cost us this last year between travel and equipment, and a rough estimate is about $15,000. And so we realized that may be a little high, you know, for some people to jump into that kind of investment, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be way more than that, or it can be way less than that. Just consider where you're going to go, the things you're going to do, and how much that might cost you.
And keep in mind, if you're going to vlog, you've got to be doing this at least once a week. And so that means you need to figure out where you're going to go, you know, what kind of travel. Most of it's probably going to be local, all of that kind of stuff.
And you need to get really creative too, and that's why we do some studio videos, especially in the winter. In Branson, there is not much to do. The weather's not great, but we've been able to utilize our studio to come up with some tips and different things like that to put videos out there even when we're not actually traveling and spending the money to travel and things like that.
But just to reiterate, don't be discouraged. Start with $0. Start with your cell phone. Get going. Have fun. Be consistent. You'll have a great time.
Awesome. So Eva and I are sitting here taking a break because we're walking up a strenuous trail. This is balanced rock we're leaning against.
They do not have defibrillators on these trails.
It's pretty crazy. The camera does kind of suck up energy, so you have to kind of put in double the energy when you're doing your videos. Otherwise, if you just kind of have your normal amount of energy, you're gonna seem really boring and monotone. So you gotta kind of hype yourself up a little bit, give it some energy, but at the same time, remain authentic.
So Amy, do your intro. Hey, welcome to TPF, in a regular voice that has no energy.
Okay. Hi, this is Amy with TPF Trips, Places, and Fun, where we show you how to have fun and exciting family-friendly adventures.
Boring.
And so
I'm gonna find something else that's more fun on YouTube.
So we kind of have to put energy into that, not being disingenuous.
Now do it again, the right way.
Hi, this is Amy with TPF Trips, Places, and Fun, where we show you how to have fun and exciting family-friendly adventures.
Yes,
so
I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna subscribe.
So we want to be authentic. We want to present our real selves to you, but at the same time, we don't want you to be bored, and so we do give it a little bit more energy. But really what draws people to YouTube is not necessarily great information, although a lot of that helps. But it's personality. People are usually drawn to a channel because of personality. So just make sure that your unique personality is coming across.
And something that we've discovered is early on when you're developing your channel, you actually do need more information because nobody knows you. And so they're looking for something specific. They're not looking for John and Amy Burton. They're not looking for TPF Travel. They're looking for how to have fun in the rain at Silver Dollar City. So, which was one of our videos. So you do need to give them information as time goes by. If you are a decent vlogger, they're going to start to enjoy your family and fall in love with you, just like everybody falls in love with us. And then you have more liberty to kind of just get out there and have fun and let people watch and bring them along on the journey.
That's right. So over time, people start watching just because they want to see what you are up to, because they feel connected or bonded to you. So just remember that as you start your travel vlog. Okay, so next is that it will be a big part of your life. It will take a lot of time. So John, how much would you say you invest just in editing each video?
I'm gonna go over editing in a moment, but yeah, I'd say 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, and then it usually takes us an hour or two to make a video. So in every video that we're doing, we're probably investing 5 to 6 hours. So and plus we're thinking about it, we're brainstorming ideas, figuring out where to go, getting to where we want to do the video. So it can take a lot of time and a big investment in your life. So make sure, like we said before, you love it or you're gonna hate the time investment that it's going to take.
Yeah, and also pretty much everywhere that we go that's fun, we're doing videos. So it's not like we just leave the cameras in the car and just go have fun. We have a lot of fun without the cameras, but the cameras are pretty much always with us.
Yes, and so that's something to consider when you are going to a theme park or something like that. John, a lot of times, is not getting to ride rides with me, which is kind of hard sometimes because he's got to hang on to his camera equipment. So just things like that to consider. You know, it can take a little bit, or it can be a little bit of an inconvenience, but at the same time, it's something we love to do.
And you have to think of it kind of like a part-time job a little bit, I would say.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right. All right, guys, we are almost done. This next one I'm going to call editing/upgrades, and because it has to do with technology and also personal growth. And so you're going to want to learn how to do everything associated with vlogging in a more efficient manner. You're going to want to learn skills and tips and tricks. Watch a ton of YouTube videos on how to edit. So I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and so I've watched, and I've edited previously, but especially now I've upped my game. I've watched a lot of videos. I have to learn how to do a better job with that. So, but it's not only editing, it's how to present on camera, how, you know, what kind of camera equipment you need. You're planning for the future, doing all of those kinds of things. So you're going to be learning skills personally, you're going to be upgrading your equipment as necessary, and then you're going to be spending a lot of time editing. So as I said a moment ago, I spend a lot of time editing. For every video, for every 20-minute video, I'm putting in about 3 hours, sometimes 4, sometimes 2.5, but we're right in that zone. I enjoy it, but just get ready for that. So any video that you are making, you're going to have to get ready to spend a lot of time, like we already said, and to help with that, upgrade your skills, upgrade your equipment, and you're gonna be all right.
Okay, I don't know what button to push to turn it off. And the last thing we want to say before we leave, we're really hot here at Ha-Ha Tonka State Park.
Hot Tonka.
But the last thing we want to say is how fun a travel vlog is. So I'm sure that's why many of you are considering starting your own travel vlog, and it is truly a great time. It's something that bonds us as a couple. It's something that bonds us as a family, and we love doing this. Travel is kind of our passion, and it's very cool to be able to do this as a family. So definitely, if you love those things, do it, because you're going to have a blast. You'll have the ride of your life. So good luck, everybody, and safe travels.
Safe travels. And yeah, so hey, this was a great day. You don't have to travel far away to do this. We're just 2 hours away from home. Day trips. Day trips, right? Right, Ella? Hi, Ella was behind the camera. How are you doing there, Ella?
Good.
What'd you do to your lips? Are they bleeding?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you bit your tongue. Oh, don't show that. That's disgusting. What happened?